family of a Turkish-American activist who was killed by a member of Israel's security forces is calling for an independent investigation into her death. Aysenur Ezgi Eygi was killed on September 6 while protesting against Israeli settlement expansion in the occupied West Bank. At the time, the Biden administration urged Israel to investigate the circumstances of her death. 3 months later, Eygi's family told CBS News they are heartbroken that neither Israel nor the U.S. have launched investigations. This week, members of Eygi's family met with Secretary of State Antony Blinken and several members of Congress to discuss the situation. Joining us now are Eygi's sister, Ozden Bennett, and her widower, Hamid Ali. Thank you both very much for being here. Hamid, first to you. You wrote an op-ed in The Hill. It was very emotional, and you ask for accountability for the soldier who killed your wife. And you also dispute some of the initial accounts from the Israeli military into the circumstances surrounding her killing. What do you know at this point about the circumstances of Aysenur's death?
Yes. We know what we have heard from eyewitnesses on the ground. There were a dozen eyewitnesses, maybe more. We know what we know from an independent investigation by the Washington Post, and that is that she was killed unprovokedly and unjustly and unlawfully. She was targeted from 200 yards away while she was standing under an olive tree. The last conversation she had was with another woman, another volunteer who was there also as an international observer. And the last conversation they had was that they felt safe there. They were, again, 200 yards away from protesters and soldiers who shot her in the head from the top of a roof of a Palestinian home.
Ozden, how did you feel coming out of the meeting with Secretary Blinken? Did he give you any assurances?
It was incredibly frustrating to walk out of the Blinken meeting not having any new piece of information and not walking away with any assurance that the United States would be leading an independent investigation into my sister's killing. In fact, we walked away feeling more discouraged that that is not an action that the Secretary of State Blinken was willing to take at this moment.
Hamid, in the same op-ed, you write, perhaps instead of standing in this closet now, alone and paralyzed with pain, I would be with Aysenur trying to pick out what we would wear to dinner. Is that your goal here, to prevent this from happening to another family?
Yeah, I think, firstly, my goal is to get justice for her. That's all we can do now, and that's all I feel like is keeping us going, is to make sure that the killers that killed her are held accountable, first, and second, that this doesn't happen again. You know, we're really close with Rachel Corrie's parents. Rachel Corrie was killed 20 years ago, also in Palestine, also as a volunteer, also unjustly. And it's insane that this is happening still, and they are having to comfort us 20 years later.
Ozden, what do you miss most about your sister?
I miss her jokes and her laugh, but really I'm sad that my children won't have the opportunity to get to know her and to know their aunt. I'm sad that I've had to explain to my 3-year-old why her Auntie Ezgi died, and it breaks my heart watching her, you know, play with her dolls, trying to understand what death means. Yeah, I wish that my kids would have gotten a chance to know her more.
Well, Ozden Bennett and Hamid Ali, we really appreciate your time in speaking with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.